Good evening and welcome back to Derby Date Night Tournament Edition. We have been here for 2 whole days for some fantastic fun action at Smalltown Smackdown Tournament of Champions. You are joining us for our championship game between South Bend and Rock, Central Kentucky, and we are so excited to have you joining us here for this last game of this amazing 2-day tournament. You've got me, Aria Kidding Me,
and Melody Mayhem. Thank you for joining us on our final leg of our weekend getaway.
I love that weekend getaway. And you've got Seriously here, who has been behind the control board this whole weekend doing amazing things. Thank you so much to all of our volunteers this whole weekend who have helped us out. Derby Date Night has had a great time here. This game is already getting started here. Rock jumping out to an early lead.
That's Scar, right? Battle Scar?
I believe so.
Yeah. And then out also for South Bend is for a lot of Pushy. Scar is on a scoring pass, working the way through the South Bend Jammers up at the front and calls it as Pushy hits the back of the pack. Rock gets 4 points and 0 for South Bend. I have a feeling that this is going to be a good, close game.
I do too. Both of these teams won their games fairly decisively yesterday, and I've been looking forward to this game all day. I have no idea where this is going to end up, and I think this could be 2 really evenly matched teams, and this could be just a great fight.
I'm also very interested in watching the benches and watching Rock's coach Joe and Bona, South Bend, Bona Petite, coaching up against each other. And Rock is out with lead. That is 8-6.
That is Newcomb.
Looking for the socks.
Candace Mansfield is jamming for South Bend.
Candace is out, and as Newcomb is coming around for points, skates on untouched on the inside for 4. Newcomb is calling the jam. I thought they were going to wait to get their pivot out of the box. Candace jumps the apex, but does not get any points.
However, Seriously was whispering to me during that thing. He goes, wait, who's the apex jumper? And I go, Candace Mansfield. And then she did that. She was like, who's the apex jumper? It's me.
It's like, oh, you forgot? Here, let me show you. Going into Jam 3, we have Pixie, Pulverizing Pixie jamming for South Bend, and Jam Beasley, best name ever. Sorry, big Office fan here.
Pulverizing Pixie is going to be your lead jammer. Jam Beasley needing to get past one more South Bend blocker to get out and is able to do so. Pulverizing Pixie approaching that pack, has 2 rock blockers needing to get past. Takes a push from Chad and is forced to recycle. Jam Beasley entering the pack as well. Gets around. Both jammers scoring 4 points right there.
Pulverizing Pixie calls the jam. 4 points all around. So we got 4 points up on the board for South Bend. Rock with 12. Yes, I know you can see the scoreboard. Yes.
Don't jinx it.
As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, oh, there I go. This is a lovely rainbow fan that you have. Where'd you find this?
No, it was from a year ago, and I think it was from Wanda's bachelorette party.
Oh, I love it. All right, we are into the jam. We have Battle Scar for Rock and a lot of Pushy for South Bend. Scar is able to get through on the inside for Lee's jammer. Pushy is trying to work that outside line with the blockers. We have a no pass, no penalty, and Pushy is through. Scar is coming in the back of the pack, is in scoring position, working through those South Bend blockers. Back and forth, pushing. Very nice on Battle Scar to get 4 points. Although is being assessed a track cut and going to the box. So this is a power jam for a lot of Pushy, who is also going to the box, and I'm not sure for what. So Scar is back on the track and is in still their first scoring round. Pushy is also out of the box and coming around.
So since both jammers went to the box, we will be going for the full 2 minutes. So there will be 1 more minute of jammers scoring as many points as they can.
You know, as a jam timer, when we're in the middle, sometimes we make little jokes about it's my jam. And it's now or never. Pushy is through for 4 points. Scar is still working to get back out of the pack, has already scored 4 points.
And there she goes.
But there it is. So we have 4-4 each. Each jammer coming around for another scoring pass with 30 seconds left on the jam. Black jammer Battlescar is going to the box for a skating out of bounds penalty.
And Battlescar will start the next jam in the penalty box. So this power jam will continue into the next jam for South Bend.
So it's a power jam, start.
South Bend is made some ground up on that jam, so we have a 4-point game right now. South Bend's coach coming out to have a quick chat with the refs.
It looked like they were talking about looking for excessive pushing in forearms. I've seen that motion and many times from coaches.
We've got not only Battlescar in the penalty box, we also have one of Rock's blockers. So we will be starting this next jam. I think that's Pulverizing Pixie right now, who's lined up, and South Bend's definitely going to want to take advantage of this, and hopefully they're going to be trying to get back close to Rock.
See, this is why we also need a fan. We need a video. So you have a nice rainbow fan, and I have a nice pure black fan that the officials got this weekend. So because it is warm in here, it's not air conditioning, and so it was just a nice neutral way so NSOs and referees could fan themselves. It was my best friend during
one of our
the
volunteers
game.
right now has just been wandering around, and this entire building is filled with not only people fans but literal fans with the Smalltown Smackdown schedule on them, so you can look over and see the whole audience fanning themselves, and it is just, maybe we're like creating a good wind tunnel.
Sure. All right, there's a rolling whistle to get out of the official timeout and get going for Jam 5. On the line, it looks like we have Candace Mansfield, but I could be wrong.
I think it's Pixie.
No, I know it's not Pixie. It is Candace Mansfield. Scar is in the box because this is a power start for South Bend. Tara Mop, the pivot for South Bend, is going to the penalty box, and Candace is through for lead jammer while Scar is standing in the box. Candace is coming around in scoring position, hits the Rock blockers, tries to get in on the inside, is not, and Rock says, no, I don't think so.
Scar is out of the box and is now engaged the blockers on her initial takes
pass.
A hit to the inside.
A no pass, no penalty to get around and out on their initial pass. That's 4 points for South Bend. Candace comes around smiling as they pass Scar and calls off the jam in turn 3-4.
We have got us a 4-point game here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Derby Date Night on all of our channels, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I was just informed that we have 298 subscribers right now. I would love to end this tournament with hitting 300 subscribers.
So we need two.
We need two.
I should go on in a timeout and see if I've subscribed.
I'm thinking maybe we can get those 2 subscribers.
Probably. I mean, I know that I followed on Instagram. Are we on Facebook? I guess.
Yes.
Are you on Facebook? I know I followed on Instagram. See, social media.
Rock was able to grab 4 points in that jam before calling it. So that is now an 8-point game again. A A lot of pushy jamming for South Bend, and Jam Beasley will be taking the star for Rock. Looks like Pushy might be headed to the box
on
there.
a forearm penalty. So this is a power jam situation for Jam Beasley and the rest of Rock. A hard hit from 1134 South Bend's blocker.
That is Undertaker.
Appropriate. Jam Beasley is able to juke around and get out for lead jammer while the pivot for Rock comes out of the box.
Thanks, Tiny. Looks like we're now at 199 with Tiny and Mighty.
Oh, thank you, Tiny.
299. We're one away from 300.
One away. Jam Beasley is going to the box for a forearm. So, we're at 302.
302.
I see.
Thank
302.
you.
So we have Jam Beasley going to the box
excited.
for a forearm. A lot of pushy is out of the box. So Jam Beasley will sit for the entire 30 seconds. So now this is a power jam for
Again,
a lot of pushy.
In the last jam, we decided to call these shenana jams, copyright Circle City, when a jammer goes to the box and then another jammer goes to the box. We got some shenana jams going on.
There were quite a few shenana jams a couple of games ago.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of broke my brain. I'm not going to lie. Ooh, a big hit by Chad up on turn 3. But Pushy gets back up and is out for 4 points.
Nice recovery by Pushy there. Jam Beasley re-entering re-entering from the penalty box. Definitely pushing their way through and trying to find some space. Just needs to get past one more South Bend blocker. Is able to do so.
For 4 more points. The Rock blockers are looking to see for a cut, but it was not assessed. A lot of pushy does a nice spin move at the top, grabs 4 more points as the jam is called off. It is 30 points Rock, 24 South Bend.
This is going to be a fun game, I can tell. Also, looking at our subscribers, we are now at 305. I am in love with the chat. Thank you all for subscribing and following us. 306 and climbing. Just loving that you are supporting Derby Date Night.
I have a goal
we love
of
spending time with you.
325 followers by halftime.
Whew, that's a big one. We're going to have to spread the word around the
I'm going to go
Delaware
big,
County
and then I'm going to go
Fairgrounds.
home, even if I don't get there.
I'm going to go big and go home, too.
We have Battle Scar out for Rock as lead jammer, and we have Candace Mansfield jamming for South Bend, who is stuck at the back of the pack and is able to wrap around on the inside on their initial pass.
Scar coming around the outside. Beautiful moves there.
Calling
grabbing
off
those
the jam.
4 points and calling that jam off. We have stress in the chat. We had so much stress in the chat and at the table in the last game, and I have a feeling my blood pressure is not going down until this tournament is over. And I don't think it's just the caffeine.
I should have brought my extra anxiety pill that I could take. Mental health is very important. You have to know your limits.
You just pulled a me. I just said something random. I'm gonna double down on it.
Why not? The anxiety. It helps with the anxieties.
Newcomb jamming for Rock and Pulverizing Pixie for South Bend. Newcomb out with a lead, but Pulverizing Pixie saying, not so fast, I'm coming right behind you.
Coming around in scoring position, Newcomb gets through and is going to run it long. We have 2 South Bend blockers in the penalty box. One is the pivot.
Pulverizing Pixie through for 4 points of her own.
Newcomb is through and calls 4 points.
Rock 42, South Bend 28. Oh, we've got some coaches visiting the refs. Both coaches were heading in to just tell the refs something real quick there.
I feel like South Bend's coach went in to say something and Rock's coach was running on in to hear what was being said.
Having coached before, I respect that. What's going on? What are we talking about here, huh?
You know, knowing both of the coaches is very interesting because I'm always like, what are you thinking? A lot of pushy is out for South Bend, getting lead jammer, while Jam Beasley is being held by the South Bend blockers up at the front of the pack in turn 1. Now into turn 2, and pushy is in a scoring pass.
Jam Beasley has gotten out.
Okay. Really working to score some of those points.
Jam Beasley entering into that pack. Pushy finding some space there, but Pushy getting a penalty.
Track cut.
So Pushy will be spending some time in the box, and this jam will be going the full 2 minutes.
And it's a power jam for Jam Beasley. Power Jam Beasley. Is that a little too much?
When you're really looking at The Office, it's never too much.
I want to sing the song, but I can't. I want to go and visit Scranton. We should make that a trip. South Bend is doing a fantastic job holding Jam Beasley, and they are eating this power jam time, not allowing Jam Beasley to get points.
Yeah, South Bend's
a lot of
defense
Pushy
is really strong here.
Coming back onto the track from the penalty box and is on a scoring pass.
Pushy engaging with an equally strong tripod of rock blockers. These walls are tough.
I knew it. I knew this was going to be it. Ooh, Pushy gets through on the outside and has scored 4 points, and the crowd goes wild. We have 10 seconds left on the jam. Let's see if Pushy can get around and score a couple more points before it goes to its natural conclusion. Jam Beasley is still pushing very hard at the front of the pack. We'll see what happens.
Ooh. What was all that? That was a lot of whistles. Things are happening.
Well, that was all the whistles. They were not necessarily succinct in the call-off. No points by a lot of Pushy there.
Do you know that they call Jam Beasley Power Jams Beasley?
Like the team does?
Yeah, that's what it says in the chat. I don't just have random things in my head. I mean, I wish I did, but yes, they call her Power Jams Beasley.
I love it. It's great. South Bend is doing a little
South Bend and their
collectiveness there.
Little meditation, little breathing.
A nice little deep breath is great. I found myself doing that a lot before a jam, just focusing myself back out. And we are in a team timeout. It looks like Rock has taken this team timeout.
We are a little less than halfway through this first half, so we've got 16 minutes left. Rock 49, South Bend 32, and this one is anybody's game.
Mm-hmm.
On top of Shenana Jams, the other thing we came up with last game is when everybody kind of falls down and there's a lot of falling. We're going to call that a banana jam. Banana jam.
Ring, 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 banana jam.
That's what it triggered last time too.
Now I'm going to have banana phone stuck in my head.
Shout out to Bananas and Pajamas.
Oh, Raffi for me.
Oh yeah, that it started with Raffi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're doing those pop culture references again.
All
Can't
right,
stop.
Battlescar is jamming for Rock with Candace Manfield for South Bend, and Battlescar is able to get around on the outside for lead jammer while Candace Manfield gets recycled to the back, tries to jump but is unsuccessful. Scar is coming back in, jumps the apex, lands for the points, but gets caught with a little
tear him up.
Well, I was thinking, the little slip and fall, and then South Bend, tear him up from South Bend, did catch Battlescar, who is called off, has collected all 4 points before Candace Mansfield can come around and score any.
And as Rock goes above 50 points, that means it's time for a Father's Day dad joke. Where do boats go when they're sick? To the boat dock.
The boat dock. I was going to say to the seaport, but that...
And, I get a little scared when I go in the forest because those trees, they're kind of shady.
All right, jam is on. Pulverizing Pixie jamming for South Bend. Newcomb for Rock, and Pulverizing Pixie is out for lead jammer. Newcomb is also out and trying to gain that speed to close the gap. Pulverizing Pixie coming into the back of the pack, trying to score points, is calling the jam, has collected all 4 points before Newcomb could score any. Very nice job. Well, good awareness. Grabbing those points.
Thanks again to those subscribing. We are at 309. You might not be stretching with this 325. We might be able to end this tournament with gaining some great new subscribers who can see where we're headed to next.
I aimed for halftime, and maybe long term is maybe by the end of the game. So maybe our friends, if you have multiple people watching in your house, maybe you could just jump on and subscribe, even though you're watching one stream together. Or, text your bestie and say, hey, subscribe to this. Just do it for funsies. And then
Not just for funsies, because you should also be watching Derby Date Night, trying to bring you the best quality roller derby we can from beautiful, luxurious Muncie, Indiana.
A lot of Pushy is being assessed a track cut, while Multipass is the jammer for Rock and is declared lead jammer with a little twirl and tiptoe. That was very fancy. I can't wait to watch that later. Multipass is coming back on a scoring pass, trying to sneak in through the inside, and has done so, scoring 4 points. Terramop for South Bend as the pivot is going to the penalty box. Multipass is coming back around for another scoring pass.
Ooh,
does a little twirl on the outside for 4 more points. A lot of Pushy is back on the track from the penalty box, and Multipass decides to declare the jam over, and we're rolling into the lineup time.
This has been such a fun tournament for all 8 teams who have come and participated. We have 4 different states represented here this weekend, and I know I've really just enjoyed getting to know these skaters from all these different states, and I think it's also been a great experience for a lot of skaters. This is a learnament, and I think many skaters here have never done a tournament before, and so this has been just a great opportunity, and I have seen so much growth in all of these skaters as they are getting into their 3rd games today.
Yeah.
It's just been beautiful to see the learning happen real time.
Yes, officials too. Some officials, this is their first tournament as well. And so that's been kind of really interesting and fun. We have Candace Mansfield is through as lead jammer for South Bend. Bettlescar is jamming for Rock and has been recycled and is coming out on the front of the pack, trying to get through on the outside, but is hit out by 54 Beefstock. Candace Mansfield on their scoring pass is hit out and recycled to the back. Bettlescar has the star cover in hand, still working the front of the pack, maybe hoping their pivot will come up and help or take the pivot panty. And from the ground, Candace Mansfield calls the jam after scoring 3 points.
Holly asking for a joke, and I aim to please. So we'll go with a couple more dad jokes for Father's Day here. Why don't eggs tell jokes? Because they'd crack each other up.
All right, Pulverizing Pixie is the jammer for South Bend with Newcomb jamming for Rock. Newcomb does a little turn and is through for lead jammer. Pulverizing Pixie being recycled back and is coming up on the back of the pack. But 762 of Rock was like, no, I'm going to hit you to the outside and recycle you back again.
Pretty backwards skating on the outside to get through. That was gorgeous.
I missed that while watching Pulverizing Pixie.
That's Newcomb. And Newcomb coming through on the inside this time. I did it on the outside. Now I'm gonna slide through on the inside for 4 more points.
Pivot for Rock. Chad is going to the box for a direction of gameplay penalty.
Newcomb taking a hit to the inside, deciding to call the jam at that point. Again, you are joining us for the championship game. So the winner of this game will be the cream of the crop and will be victorious in the Tournament of Champions and take that trophy home.
Aw, shucks. Ain't that sweet?
Love it.
Listen, I'm all ears.
Got any more?
No, I gotta dust off my cob webs. I reached too far for that one. Ooh, just got the from Seriously. All right, a lot of Pushy jamming for South Bend with Multipass jamming for Rock.
A lot of Pushy finding that space on that 1 foot on the inside line to establish lead jammer status.
Multipass is working very hard through the blockers of South Bend.
We are under 10 minutes left in this first half.
There's only 10 minutes left?
I know, it's going real fast.
Alati gets through.
Pushy.
Pushy gets through
Just go
for
with
4
Pushy.
points, calls the jam, when as Multipass also got out on their initial. Woo!
So I know I said we provide you the best roller derby we can from Muncie, Indiana, but we have traveled to Fort Wayne. We traveled to Indianapolis. Maybe someday we'd love to travel out of state, go on a road trip, and do some derby date night things.
Road trip.
Woo! A star.
Battlescar is out for lead jammer for Rock. Candace Mansfield is still working in the pack, has taken off the helmet cover and has successfully passed the star to the
I think
pivot.
that tear 'em up.
I do believe so. Yes, tear 'em up. So they're no longer the pivot. They are the jammer. Scar is in a scoring pass, looking to get a few more points before calling the jam. So tear 'em up could not score any points.
I love what Tara did there. She knew the jam was going to be called. She flipped her skates so that she was going in butt first, because if your hips can pass those blockers, that's where you get the point. And so she was making sure that her hips were going to be the first thing to enter that pack.
Yes, I've had a couple of jammers in the last game. They were very close. We're talking like an inch very close with that fourth whistle, and it's so hard to call. She's like, did I do it right? And I know those jammers are working really hard. Speaking of jammers, we have Newcomb for Rock versus Pulverizing Pixie for South Bend. Newcomb fighting through for lead jammer. Pulverizing Pixie skating on the outside and is also out as well on her initial. Catching up speed to Newcomb. Newcomb is kind of just letting it roll and decides to call the jam. Not worrying about points, just ticking off some time off the game clock.
Newcomb took a little bit of time before calling that jam, I think Newcomb kind of wanted to play that jam, but knew, I guess South Bend's gonna make me call this one.
Or maybe the smart thing is saving those points and a possibility there could be a jammer penalty. It happens.
You never know.
All right, we got a lot of pushy jamming for South Bend. Multi-pass for Rock. Lot of conversation happening here. Multipass is your lead jammer with a lot of pushy going to the box on a track cut, I do believe. That little toe stop hit on the inside of the tape. So this is a power jam for Multipass. Let's see.
Chad giving some great offensive help there, but Multipass just being pushed to the inside and being forced to recycle here. South Bend is going to really do the best they can to keep the pain of this power jam as little as possible.
And Multipass is listening to her coach, who is telling her to call it. So freezing a lot of pushy standing in the box, and Multipass picked up 3 points.
So much love for all these skaters in the chat. It's so great to see everyone getting excited and supporting their favorite skaters.
Thank you, J.M. Johnson, for the Alati love. Just meshing the name. A lot of pushy to Alati.
Sounds like oodalati.
Ooh. Also reminds me Lottie from the dog from Animal Crossing, working in the office.
Big hit from Smash Bandicoot from South Bend to Battlescar. But Bettle and a lot of pushy both working hard to try and get through. But Scar's going to come out victorious with that lead jammer status.
Yeah. Pushy is through on the inside out of her initial pass, while Scar is trying to pick up as many points as possible and getting out possibly before Pushy gets around, but decides to listen to her coach and call the jam for 2 points.
We are less than 5 minutes in this half, 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. This game has been going so fast so far. What a championship so far.
It is very exciting. It's hard to look away.
I hope you're not looking away, because we're literally announcing right now.
You are correct, but like me, squirrel. Something shiny, squirrel. Jam is on Candace Mansfield for South Bend with Newcomb on Rock. Newcomb has been on a streak, pushing up the inside, but has stepped out, is being recycled back. Candace is zooming up and is lead jammer with that speed. Newcomb also gaining some speed, is out of the pack and trying to get around and hopefully have Candace call the jam. Candace entering that engagement zone. Her blockers are offering some offense to get some points. Calls the jam, picks up
Did they both
2
get
points. They did not. No, 2 points each. South Bend 3 points, 2 points for Rock.
I just said spicy Bon Appetit, which really works well with her
Her
Derby
outfit.
name.
Oh.
Bon Appetit, spicy. The food is spicy.
That is true. I thought you were going with her outfit today.
Oh, that suit is fire. Love it.
Have you seen it up close? Have you seen it up close?
Not yet. Can't
You'll
wait.
have to take a peek. That is multi-pass for a lead. Jammer for Rock. Pulverizing Pixie gaining speed behind multi-pass. Multi-pass decides to call it, trying to get her teammates to get to the front, but to preserve any points being scored by South Bend, decided to call it. Good call.
A little bit over 2 minutes left in this first half. Rock 82, South Bend 46.
Yes, Holly, both of those jammers do have insane apex jumps. I am jealous of the confidence.
Living for the apex jumps.
And they're massive airs. I'm all like, I did a little hop.
And speaking of apex jumps, we have got our corn-fed photographer, Matt Ruddick, here taking pictures of every single game, and he has got some great apex jump shots that he has gotten. Matt Ruddick Photography. You should find him on Facebook. Follow him. He is we just adore him and are so lucky to have him as a photographer for this tournament and for corn-fed.
A lot of pushy as your lead jammer is on a scoring pass. Bettle Scar is trying to work through the pack, and a lot of calls the jam, picking up 2 points. And we have an official timeout. Official review, South Bend. Speaking of Matt, when he traveled to Michigan when we went to our first tournament as a team, and he was a tournament photographer. He applied to be a tournament photographer. What was it when we went to up in Kalamazoo?
Yeah, that tournament.
I'm blanking on the
Me
name.
too.
They named it one thing and then they changed it at the last minute. But anyway, we were at a tournament up
K-Town Shakedown.
Yes, thank you, K-Town Shakedown. And so it was really nice because we had never been to a tournament before as a team, and we didn't know really what to expect. So to have our photographer there with us was kind of a nice remembrance of home, a reminding of home, and so we could feel more comfortable on the track.
Well, Matt has been here for every single game this tournament weekend and has been working hard to provide us with those photographs. We love our Derby photographers, so shout out to your Derby photographer in the comments, as most teams have one or two home photographers that they really appreciate.
We do. We also have Barrett Photography, who has been here all weekend as well. And whose wife skates for Corn-Fed, so does all of our games as well, and travels too. We travel, he comes with, it's fine.
So when I said like and subscribe and you'll see what we're up to next, I realized as I was saying that I literally don't know what we're up to next. Seriously, just tells me what we're doing. And so I think we're going to Indianapolis, maybe Fort Wayne. I think we're doing at least one more Circle City, maybe some Fort Wayne games. We'll see where we end up. I'm not even sure.
I mean, there was a brief conversation, and I'd like to see this. Corn-Fed's A-team, we're playing Naptown on July 1st at Perry Park in Indianapolis, so we would love to see you guys there. We'll see what happens. Ooh, that reminds me, I need to find childcare for July 1st.
Always a good thing to think about. Something else that we've been thinking about doing with Derby Date Night, and we've also started doing, if you look at our YouTube, you'll see that we have some highlight videos.
Ooh.
So after this tournament and in the next couple months, we're going to be trying to make up some highlight videos of some of the games that we have done live stream for. So keep an eye out on our YouTube because you might see your favorite team in a highlight video coming soon to a YouTube channel near you. I'm doing all of the just talking about the channel because this is the last game. This is the last chance. I want to make sure that I don't lose all of you lovely people in the chat because I feel like we're all friends now, and I'd like you to stick around and stay friends with us as we move on in our Derby Date Night travels. And we're currently at 314 subscribers.
Ooh.
Look at those subscriber numbers going up.
I don't think we're going to get to 325 by halftime because there's a minute 39 left. And we are in an official review. And that does depend on how long that takes. But I could go for 325, and then I will add, if we get there before, maybe I'll add small antics.
Okay, fun fact from the chat. Kimmy's telling us that their second bout ever was against Rock and Newcomb in 2008. So fun to see her back with Rock. Newcomb has been skating since 2008. That's amazing. I think that's when my first child was born, who was on camera yesterday, so that's been a while.
It's 15 years.
Yeah.
I graduated college in 09.
Cornfed started in 2010, so our longest, Debbie Darko is our only original skater,
correct,
who is still skating with Cornfed. So Debbie Darko has been skating for 13 years. Newcomb has been skating for more than that.
15.
I know. I decided I was announcing in the last game with a math teacher, I am not going to be doing the math. And didn't we decide we're doing a sticker? What did I say at one point? Math teacher help. Yeah. So whenever I need to calculate things, math teacher help is our new phrase. And Kimbo Slicer from Circle City will come running.
Oh, I love it. All right. All right. So I got a joke for you.
Oh, I would love that.
Where do fruits go on vacation?
Fruit flies somewhere?
Paris.
She has her own jokes. I have my own jokes. We both happen to have that joke.
It was a different Paris joke.
We did the Paris joke in the last bout.
Oh.
Yep.
My bad. I just and I wasn't here for it. Okay. All right. So it looks like we have someone who is coming over to tell us what the official review is about. We are getting started, so we're going to have the jam start, and we will let you know what the official review is about.
Thank you very much.
All right. So for the official review, South Bend was seeking a charging call on the black jammer, and it was determined there was not enough evidence pieced together from the officials for a charging call to be issued.
So that means they will not retain their official review.
Correct. So during official reviews, sometimes one official will see the beginning of something, and another official will see the middle, and another two will see the end. So if we're able to piece all of the action together, then yes, maybe we can be like, oh yeah, that is what happened.
All right, this might be the last jam of the half before we go into halftime.
How are we already
I know,
there?
You're having so much fun. So am I. This has been just a great championship game so far. I can't wait for the next half. Pulverizing Pixie on the line for South Bend. Who is jamming for Rock? I can't tell. Is that Jam? No.
It's not
Multi-pass?
Multi-pass, yes, multi-pass. Not multi. Potato, got it. Multi-pass is out. Oh, Chad trying to catch Pulverizing Pixie at the top. Was unsuccessful.
Pulverizing Pixie is lead. The jam clock is about to run out.
Both jammers are on a scoring pass.
And that will be intermission. So we are going to go take a little break before we come back for the last half of the game.
I think we're going to need to hold on for a hot second because I do not believe that Pulverizing Pixie did call off the jam from the outside. But our head ref is declaring that it is halftime.
We will be back in about 15 minutes. We have continued to enjoy chilling with you here in the chat. Everybody go grab a snack, get hydrated, and we'll see you in 15 minutes for the end of this championship game where we're going to find out who is cream of the crop. Welcome back to Derby Date Night Tournament Edition. You are joining us for the last half of the last game. This is the championship game, the Tournament of Champions, the cream of the crop, and it is going to either go to Rock or South Bend. I did that nice big announcement and then just ran out of steam.
You know, I think I need to apologize because... Oh, I don't need to apologize for anything, so never mind. I thought I did a thing, and in fact, I did not. It's just for us. So, people at home, just ignore me. We are in...
Nell's just having a conversation with herself over here while Scar and a lot of Pushy are jamming for their respective teams.
It's the truth. Listen, I spent that time out putting my gear away, putting it in my car, putting some other things that have been tore down in my car, helping clean up so when we are done and tearing down, it goes a little smoother. So let's get back to Derby.
What I did during that halftime was I went and found sticky buns and brownies. So I think mine was a little bit more fruitful.
Yours was, in a way, because I could really go for some food right now.
There will be more in the hospitality room afterwards for you.
I just have to remember to eat it.
All right, both jammers really having a hard time. We are a minute into this jam, and no lead jammer has been established.
Both teams took a reset during that halftime.
Both teams coming out strong on defense.
Yes, and offense, because these are fantastic jammers as well. Chad trying to play a little bit of offense while bridging. Scar is working that front of the pack. Pushy trying to find some space on the inside, unsuccessfully. Is unsuccessful, being hit into the inside and recycled back.
Scar finally finding some purchase with that lead jammer status. Well earned and hard fought.
There was only 24 seconds left on the jam when they were awarded lead jammer. Yes.
Wow.
Scar is able to come around and is in a scoring pass, so we'll see how many points Scar is able to pick up for the end of the jam, or they call it off.
Looks like a rock blocker will be headed to the penalty box, so we will start the next jam down one blocker for Central Kentucky.
When you said a rock blocker, I heard rock blocker.
Someone yesterday in the chat said that they were thinking rock lobster when we said rock blocker. So,
but you don't sing rock lobster, you sing blocker.
Rock blocker.
Rock blocker.
All right, Jam Beasley lining up for Rock and Candace Mansfield lining up for South Bend. I heard a bunch of whistles, so somebody's going to the penalty box. Looks like a blocker from Rock.
Jam Beasley has spun on the inside for lead jammer. Candace asking her blockers to not allow the Rock blocker to run her back.
Multi-pass with some great defense there, forcing Candace to recycle and delaying the time it takes Candace to get out of the pack as Jam Beasley comes in to engage the pack on her next scoring pass.
Jam Beasley has scored 4 points and looked to their coach and thought they were going to call it, but instead decided to keep running it.
Candace Mansfield getting through right behind Jam Beasley.
You're finishing my thought. Thank you. And Jam Beasley calls it before Candace can come around for scoring any more points.
But the most exciting thing about that whole thing, I mean, it's very exciting, Derby, but I'm very excited that I get to tell you a few more dad jokes.
Because South Bend has reached over 50 points.
You are correct. I didn't tell anybody why they get dad jokes, so that is the reason. My wife is really mad at the fact that I have no sense of direction, so I packed up all my stuff and right. Get it? Instead of left, they packed up all their stuff and right.
Yeah. Newcomb is out for Rock is lead jammer. Pulverizing Pixie just got out of the pack, and there's about half a track distance between them as, Newcomb comes around on a scoring pass and decides to call it. There was just some interesting stuff happening with the blockers. It is a delight watching Bona coach.
It really is. I was on PC when, or practice committee when Bona started Derby. And so I remember Bona when she started Derby a very, very long time ago when she was in college at Ball State University. And now we're watching her coach with confidence.
A young Beeb under the age of 21. A lot of pushy is through for your lead jammer. Battle Scar is still working through those South Bend blockers, trying to get out, has taken the star helmet off, maybe thinking about pass it, and we are called for an injury timeout, and we will be right back shortly.
Welcome back. We thank you for your patience while we pause for an injury timeout. The skater is walking back to their bench, and we wish them the best. Again, big thank you to our medics who are on site and ready to respond within seconds to anything that happens. We should be returning to the Derby action in just a few minutes here. Again, you're joining the championship game of the Smalltown Smackdown Tournament of Champions. We are looking at a championship game between Rock of Central Kentucky, who I just found out that this is really their first experience playing since the shutdown. I was talking with a skater during halftime, and they were like, we're just coming back. Like, this is their, like, you know, debutante ball, you know, entrance into society after COVID.
That is a deep societal reference. That's not even a pop culture.
I don't know why that's the thing that came out. So, but anyway, this is they're being presented to the world here, and they are presenting themselves incredibly well.
Is it their coming out party?
Anyway, Candace Mansfield is a lead jammer for South Bend.
It is their return to Derby.
Return to Derby celebration.
There
and what a way to celebrate being in the championship game.
Multi-pass is out on their initial pass. Candace Mansfield is through for, is going to the box. I am missing what the first one, but it has 2 penalties, so this will be a 1-minute power jam for multi-pass. So I missed the first call, but then I did see the misconduct being called after.
And remember, misconduct doesn't necessarily mean misconduct. It just means that when
you did something you shouldn't have done. Multi-pass is through for 4 points.
Seriously is suggesting that misconduct would be a great Derby name.
Yes.
Misconduct.
Now I'm like second, because I have reffed 6 games this weekend and announced a whole bunch more too. I'm trying to think now.
Have you ever seen one?
Well, I think that's the old misconduct. Yeah, that's the old misconduct. That's an insubordination.
Mm-hmm.
So still not doing something that you should be, and you're just not listening and following the rule, and you continue to do something bad. So now you are insubordinate. Yes, explaining through the referee stuff.
Big hit on Jam Beasley there.
That was beef stock.
Chad has taken a star pass while we were discussing misconduct.
Candace Mansfield, big leap coming in out of the box to be out for 4 points. Both jammers are on scoring passes. Chad picking up 4 points. Candace hitting the back of the pass. Jam has been called, picking up 4 more points.
Multi-pass did a great job with blocking there, making sure that she knew Candace was coming in hot, and was using all of her body instead of just standing there as one person. She turned her body to the side and was really using her entire body because she was bent, more in the shape of an L rather than a person standing up, which would just be a straight
instead of an I or was a capital L versus a lowercase L.
Yes, exactly, which takes up more space on the track.
I'm a nerd. Jam is on for South Bend. Pulverizing Pixie is jamming with Newcomb for Rock. And there's a multiplayer being assessed to Blue 8-8 with Newcomb sliding through for lead jammer. Pixie has the helmet cover in her hand, is looking maybe to pass, maybe just to kind of confuse and get through. Pixie is able to get through and is putting the helmet cover back up on her helmet as Newcomb has scored 4 points and coming back around for another scoring pass, has told her teammates that we are going, has hit it and quit it, as we like to call it. So hit it and called the jam, picking up 2 more points for Rock, no points for
And since we
South
are
Bend.
now above 100 for Rock, congratulations on hitting that century mark. We got a couple more dad jokes for you. What do you call somebody with no body and no nose?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Wah, 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 wah.
Okay, did you hear the rumor about the butter? I'm not telling you because I'm not going to spread it.
I just wish everybody could see my face and my body language just like deflate and give a little side eye.
This championship game's getting a lot of attention because we currently have 91 viewers in the chat. Hello to all of you.
Ooh, 93.
Oh, look at that. We're getting even more here. Welcome to all of you. We are enjoying this championship game as this amazing tournament is coming to a close. But not before we play a little bit more roller derby here.
A lot of pushy is your lead jammer coming back for a scoring pass. Battlescar is close behind. A lot of pushy has gone through and is called the jam, but is sitting on the track.
Taking a second to get up here.
You know, I feel that as a jammer, just sometimes you're able to call it off and you're not injured. You just need a hot second to get up off the floor. And hopefully you can do that before the next jam starts.
Whistle has been called. Okay.
An official timeout.
I knew you would know. I'm like, I looked right at you as soon as I saw it. I was like, that has something to do with the officials here. They're discussing something.
Oh,
I
it's
think
a
that
team
happened.
timeout. And it looks like the Rock coach is discussing something with Shotgun Mike, our tournament head ref.
I'm giggling because I'm currently getting in trouble again because I keep having my drinks here and then I take the lid off and then seriously puts the lid on while I'm talking because he's concerned I'm going to spill the drink around all this really fancy equipment and talking with my hands. And this time I had taken the lid off and I had it in my lap, so he couldn't find it to be able to put the lid on. And I think I was panicking him that I was going to just toss the drink into all of this really fancy equipment.
Very fancy equipment. And we could not do this without the fancy equipment, so thank you. I like how you smile. It's like, thanks, I got it. When it was really seriously that got it.
Right? He really runs this whole thing. I mean, I know you guys hear my voice all the time, but Derby Date Night is the brainchild of Seriously, and he asked me to come do this and really begged me to come do this. I was worried as a former skater that I was going to be too sad to not be skating to be able to do commentary. And so I really am grateful to him for deciding that we needed to get out as a couple, do something together, and that's Derby Date Night. So really his brainchild, he gets all the credit. I just sit here and talk and tell stories.
And you do all the talking, not just on air, but to all the people too.
It's true. I've always been talented with my talking. I'm good at having things to say. Ooh, very pretty.
Is out for your lead jammer for Rock. Candace Mansfield had taken off the pass but is able to get out and so has put the star cover back up on her helmet. Multipass goes ahead and calls the jam as they're approaching the back of the pack, unable to score any points, but protecting any points that maybe could have been stolen.
We've got a little bit less than 20 minutes left in this game. Again, I'm going to say, just because it's the last game, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, Mel, we are at 316 subscribers. I know we want to get to 325, but I bet you on rewatch, we're going to get there because a lot of people come back to these later and they like to rewatch these games. And so welcome to all of you watching this on your rewatch as well as those of you who are here live. But don't forget to like and subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Oh.
Beautiful work by Newcomb there to get lead jammer for... No, Newcomb did not get lead jammer. Pulverizing Pixie just came out from nowhere and got that.
Well, Newcomb did have lead jammer, but the helmet cover fell off, so they were no longer eligible for lead. Although there is some debate if it comes off in natural gameplay versus being taken off. So that's
Potato, potato.
yes and no, but that's a discussion for another time. Not right now. Okay. Newcomb is out for 4 points. Pulverizing Pulverizing Pixie is out for 4 as well. And we're letting it roll. Both jammers are in the pack scoring points. Newcomb is able to skirt around on the outside, barely touch for 4 points. Pulverizing Pixie, the same on the inside for 4 points.
I could watch these jammers do this all day.
I know, I feel like we're just kind of like skating laps and we're just kind of like doing a little bit of juking and weaving and
Spins McGee doing a great job there helping manage that tripod. Working really well there with Beef Stock and I think Smash in that tripod.
Pulverizing Pixie gets through for 4 points and decides to call it.
Mr. Ironham, who has been coming in clutch all tournament long with some great jokes. This one is a gem. Mr. Ironham, he tells dad jokes but has no kids, which means he's a faux pas.
Oh, wah, 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 wah. You know, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Ironham. He is the spouse of our skater Ivy Brusinia, and they have been on point for official and volunteer hospitality weekend. So just acknowledging, thank you so much for all the work that you have done, making sure that we have food, we're fed, we have snacks. Thank you. Tara Mupp is out for lead jammer.
Look at that. Tara Mupp, who usually does not start with that star, really did a great job there. Multi-pass jamming for Rock. Still stuck in the pack, being held by South Bend. Tara trying to pull apart this Rock tripod, being forced to recycle to the back.
You know, sometimes you just got to throw in a different jammer because sometimes your usual jammers can't make anything happen with the walls that they are given. And sometimes, you know, corn-fed, we have that where depending on the wall type, we have blockers and jammers who can go back and forth depending on what the blockers are like.
We have a question from Purple Fury about when we upload the live. Is it going to be in one block or broken up? It will be in one block, but we will have timestamps on the stream, so you'll be able to find each game, and they'll be labeled so you can fast forward or rewind and choose to watch the different games that you want.
That's fancy.
Oh, Seriously is just giving me breaking news that he might split them up. So depends. Now he's saying it depends on how many subscribers we have. So I don't think he means it, but just in case, you might want to subscribe. Battlescar jamming for Rock is your lead jammer. Lead jammer status did not get established till turn 3, which I have not. Candace Mansfield grinning is chasing down Bettle because Candace is like, I am gonna make you call this, and call it. She did.
She did. Oh, I am not subscribed to Derby Date Night. See, I forgot to do that during. Okay. So I just hit subscribe. Subscription added. So where are we at now?
The requirement for co-announcers is that you are already subscribed, I think.
Are you personally subscribed?
Newcomb
is your lead jammer. A lot of Pushy is jamming for South Bend. Seriously, are you on your personal YouTube subscribed? I just got I don't know. Let me think about it.
Mel, you're just going for where can I find some subscribers, starting with us.
Listen, if I had Mike's phone, I'd be like, do it. I almost want to jump on my school account and subscribe.
Tear him up, taking a pass there. Will become the jammer for South Bend. Newcomb has engaged again with the pack and grabs those 4 points and calls that jam.
Ooh, I do have 2 personal emails. Yeah, I know. So I could switch accounts and get it on my other email. Is that too far? I know, we want individual people. Did you say real people, seriously? I am a real person.
Wait, I got something very important to say. Mr. Ironham has another joke. Which is faster, hot or cold? Hot, because you can catch a cold. It's a very good point. A very good point? Melody is having a thought. It's forming right now. I'm
Well,
literally watching it form in her
I
head.
have
Dance
a
party
joke.
on the line.
Oh, because we got a little, good song going on in the background. I'm trying to think of the punchline, and I don't want to ruin it. What did the mustard say to the tomato sauce?
I don't know.
Hurry up and catch up.
Of course. Oh, we're singing.
Oh, yeah, dance party and singing.
There was singing accompanying that dance party.
All right, we had an official timeout. We had a rolling whistle, so we are getting back in the action. We are over halfway
Mr.
through.
Ironham is calling himself out in the chat. He has betrayed us. There is a lack of subscription happening over there in that hospitality suite.
Oh! Pulverizing Pixie is through on the inside for lead jammer. Multi-pass is hit on the inside. Oh, we have a no pass, no penalty happening because the blocker that hit multi-pass out is going to the box for a penalty.
Multi-pass breaking that pack apart, doing a great job there.
Pulverizing Pixie was hit on the inside and led back, but is out and has scored 4 points. Multi-pass is coming back on around and is approaching the back of the pack on her scoring pass. Pulverizing Pixie is letting it run, looking at the bench coach who is signaling to keep it going. I think they're wanting to get the blocker out of the box so we can have a full, strong pack. And Pulverizing Pixie is through for 4 more points, while Multi-Pass has the star cover in hand, but decides, oh, no, we're going to put it back on and try to score some more points.
Multi-Pass got pushed out there, and nope, did not get called on a track cut there.
I think the ref blew the whistle, thought about it, and sometimes you just need to take a pause and a second to go with it. So Multi-Pass did get 4 points there.
Melody, more breaking news. We just hit 325.
I think that deserves a dad joke.
That chat, I said I don't think we're going to hit it, and you all said, okay, Aria, we're going to make it happen. This chat is just amazing. Amazing. So, yes, it deserves at least one dad joke. There's a timeout happening
We
right
are in
now.
an official timeout. Okay, so we've got 12 minutes. There are 12 minutes left on the clock. So can I get 3:35?
Mr. Ironham, what did the Tennessee? The same thing as Arkansas, of course.
You shall not multi-pass. You shall not multi-pass.
Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself?
It needed a kickstand.
It was too tired. Why did Billy get fired from the banana factory? He kept throwing away the bent ones. Oh, you knew that one.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say he kept slipping on the peel. That doesn't even...
Why can't a nose be 12 inches long?
Because then it'd be a foot.
That is, yes, classic dad joke.
Woo! Oh, I do like this one. What kind of car does an egg drive? I know you saw the answer, so I'll say a Volkswagen.
Treva Marie is asking, you're literally sitting next to us and asking us in the chat, why did the chicken cross the road?
To see what's on the other side?
I have no idea what she's going to say here.
Knock, knock.
Uh-oh. Who's there? Hold on, I think I have to say who's there first.
I'm just waiting in anticipation to see what is going on. Oh, I knock, knock, and I open the door. Wait.
She's trying to explain this joke, Jess, and I think neither one of us are getting it. But somehow we have opened the door and the chicken was trying to get to our house. So, but I'm not going to add the other part that you're saying.
I think we're just confused at this point.
Greg, thank you. That's so complimentary. You're telling us we're having fantastic coverage while we're over here getting confused over a chicken crossing the road joke. So we appreciate your support. Honestly, I can't say enough about how fun it's been interacting with all of you in the chat. And I'm kind of sad that this tournament is over. I think that I couldn't do many more games because I would definitely lose my voice. But this has been just so fun. I feel that Derby community is just really it's coming back. We
Yes.
really had a hard time coming out of the pandemic, and this weekend has made my heart so full, and I can feel Derby just resurging again, and it feels good.
Well, and seeing the teams having fun while they play. And it's just like the camaraderie. And I don't know if you can see it so much from where you're sitting here, but like on the official as the jam timer, I'm very up close with the packs and with the skaters. And it's just they're having fun on the track and congratulating each other. Oh, that was a good hit. Oh, I'm sorry, I did that thing. But still, they're not stopping the Derby. They're still playing the Derby and enjoying what they're doing. Because when it does come down to it, we all choose to do this. This is not a professional or an amateur sport that is going into a professional league. We do this for fun.
So Sprint Julep is asking if we have stats. They'd love to know which jammers scored the most points. We do not. We could make them up, but we're not going to do that to you. I think that Derby scoreboard, which is what we get into here, is has the ability to do that, but it really does depend on what is entered in that. The technical scoreboard from the NSOs. So the capability is there. We haven't quite figured it out yet, but it is something that would be great for us to have stats, but not currently something that we've been able to have access to. But if we ever do, we will definitely let you know.
All right, I have just received word that official timeout was the officials discussing a forearm penalty that Chad from Iraq received. It has been upgraded to a
egregious.
Thank you, and they have been expelled from the bout. So Chad will no longer be joining us on the track, but Battle Scar has joined us on the track and is out for lead jammer, followed by Candace Mansfield. 50 feet and closing in with some speed. Battle Scar is approaching the back of the pack and has just listened to her coaches and decided to call it off.
We have 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Rock and South Bend both doing a fantastic job, really showing us why they are here in this championship game, battling for cream of the crop.
Yes, NSOs do have it afterwards, but that's not, it gets submitted, but these aren't for, it gets submitted for rankings and stuff, but these aren't sanctioned games. They're just regulation games. And the stats usually get shared with the teams at some point, but it's a lot of paperwork getting input into computers. So yeah, the stats do go somewhere. It just takes a little bit.
Beautiful work by a lot of Pushy getting out to grab lead jammer very quickly as that jam begins. Newcomb jamming for Rock, getting stuck. Where is Newcomb? I'm not seeing where. Oh, no. Wait.
I see Newcomb skates.
Following the Rock pivot. So I think when Pushy was coming in, she was helping a little bit with that blocking, finished helping with the blocking, and then jumped forward, got through, and is collecting those 4 points. Newcomb getting out now after the initial and will now be eligible to score points. Let's see if Pushy's going to call it or if she's going to let this jam continue. She's going to call it. There's 10 minutes left in this game, and South Bend is chipping into that lead that Rock has established and has now gone into the 100 mark. You know what that means. And Robert, pop of the class. You know, they can be cream of the crop, and I think they should also be pop of the class since this is a corn tournament. With that being said, it's time for a corn joke. This graveyard looks pretty overcrowded. People must be dying to get in.
Oh.
Dad, can you put the cat out? Well, I didn't know it was on fire. Okay, this is like the morbid section of dad jokes. We got to get some.
Oh, but I do like this one. Hopefully you didn't read it. How does the taco say grace? You already knew this one. Let us pray.
And our last dad joke for now. How do you make 7 even?
I don't know.
You take away the S in the word 7 because then it reads even.
It's fine. So I'm looking in the chat. Yes, friends, Chad has been ejected. You know, we just know the outcome of the result. There's a lot of information going in through. And I remember the forearm being called, but I don't remember seeing how the block and how it was going. And so, we just want to make sure we as officials are just making sure that everybody is playing safe. It does happen, and it is a learning experience from everybody. So, yes, I am sad to see that Chad is no longer playing in the game.
We've really enjoyed watching Chad this weekend as well. So great weekend of Derby by everybody. Whether or not you end up making it through the whole game or you get out after 7 penalties or you get ejected, there's lots of different things that can happen.
We got a couple of jokes from the chat that we'll announce after this jam. We have Pulverizing Pixie jamming for South Bend and is being recycled to the back by Rock blockers. And we have Jam Beasley who jamming for Rock, who is pushing South Bend and is out for lead jammer.
So pretty. That was so pretty.
That was very nice. South Bend looking to give some offense to Pulverizing Pixie, or maybe Terra Mop is the pivot, is trying to go for a star pass. There has been a star pass complete.
Terra Mop is now going to be jamming for South Bend, putting that star on.
Okay.
I don't know if the star pass was actually completed. There seems
there
to
was
be a little
looking
bit
for
of
some
confusion.
clarification if Pulverizing Pixie got a penalty and we were trying to decide they were trying to discuss if it happened as a jammer. And so Tara was trying to decide, are they the jammer or is Pixie still the jammer?
I'm going to predict official review is about to happen.
Yep. South Bend has called an official review. Ooh, so we can starting.
Yeah, we got a bajillion jokes in the chat right now. Love this participation. Treva coming in with one of the best dad jokes. Classic. What did the Mayo say when you open the fridge? I'm dressing. Oh, losing my voice made that joke even better.
I'm dressing.
You want to do the next one here?
Yes. Okay. How do you get an octopus to giggle? Tentacles.
Wow, I love it. And why did the nurse need a red pen? In case she needed to draw blood. That's delightful.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because 7, 8, 9. Fun fact, South Bend coach Bonaparte, her derby number was 7, 8, 9.
Correct.
And I think it was for a similar reason because of that joke.
I do believe so.
Love a good pen. Pun. I'm still thinking about the drawing blood with a pen.
It looks like Bona is dancing to the music while in the official review, or at least waiting for the head ref to come back. I mean,
if you're waiting for something, why not dance?
Hum a little ditty in your head and
we have 8 minutes and 41 seconds left in this game. I'm so sad that this weekend is ending. We're going to do it again next year, right? Smalltown Smackdown.
Listen, I know that you're asking me that, but I have no idea.
Same-ish time, same-ish place. Bringing everybody to Muncie. More corn jokes, more dad jokes, more fun, more
Maybe
derby.
Not Father's Day weekend. Not that spending Father's Day weekend on with roller derby is not a bad thing. But you never know what other people would have to do. I mean, we could have had a barbecue. I do like a good barbecue.
Well, it is Derby date night, and we did say this is a weekend getaway, so we could add some fun, luxurious things to this weekend.
Yeah,
although
but
I don't want to do more work.
We've been sitting at this table, or I've been on wheelie shoes skating around. So
that's true.
When could we have barbecued?
I'm not sure. We could probably ask the chat because they seem to be able to do anything. I think they could plan whatever because they make magic happen. When you say something to this chat, they'll be like, barbecue, got it. That's how I got coffee yesterday.
That is true.
Oh, more jokes. More jokes. I should probably tell them. What did the chip say to the taco? I am nacho type. That one got you.
I love a good
Cam Johnson, you're right. We are so delirious right now. So hope we're entertaining you. All 98 of you.
Woo woo.
Love you, chat. Oh, it says delicious, not delirious. That only proves that I am a little delirious.
I think that was in response to the chip taco joke. Hey, seriously, where are we at on those followers?
Sirius is reporting we are at 3:30.
3:30. Okay, I think in the next 8 minutes we could get 5 more followers to be at 335 followers. Listen,
Wow,
when we had
order.
12 minutes left, I said we could get 10 more. And we're halfway there.
All right, more jokes. Air used to be free at the gas station. Now it's $1.50. You know why?
Why?
Inflation.
It's getting
Air getting inflated. You all are just enjoying the fact that we are so delirious that it's really a crapshoot how hard we're going to laugh at each joke at this point. Okay, next one. Ooh, Bloomington blockheads will put their name in the pool for next year's opportunity. I would
Bloomington.
love. Oh, I like Bloomington.
Where does it say
says Bloomington, but
Oh, my
maybe,
bad. I'm sorry. My bad.
I think that is speaking about Bloomington. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe possibly.
We would love to see y'all here. Seriously, just in the background, very quietly says, "I miss B Cup," which was in Bloomington.
It was in Bloomington.
We did enjoy that.
That was the
tournament
first
so
tournament
much.
I officiated. Both Mike and I. He did it the year before I did it, and we did. It was nice.
That's awesome. Robert Gibbons, why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work. So another fun fact, Noah, my son, who was on camera all day yesterday, his first time ever on camera was at B Cup.
Yeah, wearing the corn.
And he was wearing the corn suit, which those of you who have seen us on Instagram, you've seen that our children sometimes like to wear that corn suit.
Liked. They don't.
Yeah, no, I don't think I could get them to do it now.
You got a high schooler and a middle schooler.
I
They're
know,
growing
high
up.
schooler.
High
I'm not ready for
schooler.
it. We also are going to be doing our first summer of band camp now that I have a high schooler. So the end of July is going to be my first experience being a band mom.
Woo! You choir nerd. And I say that in love from the music teacher.
I have learned to lean into my nerddom and wear that badge with pride.
Hey, I'm a music teacher. I play roller derby, and that's all real cool. But I got my old lady hobbies. I knit. I crochet. Got to do what makes you
I know
happy.
we're waiting for this official review to happen. That ref is going very far away. We just had a ref. Literally, they seem to be skating out of the building.
I think they're going to the restroom. Listen, when it hits and you got to go, you got to go.
I was like, are they going to tell someone what happened with that official review all the way in the back of the building?
I don't know where they're going.
He knows how long an official review takes. He knows he's got time. Well, I know that we're in an official review and we're having to wait for the ending of this amazing game, but it's giving us more chance to chat with you, to chat with each other, and to have to extend our Derby date night a little bit longer.
Just a little bit more.
before
It's
we
like
go home.
we're ordering some dessert.
Ooh, I like that. Little dessert before we go home to take care of the kids.
Our flight has been delayed because we're coming from our weekend getaway. So our, quote, flight has been delayed.
Going all in on this metaphor.
Yes. I mean, come on. It's golden. I'm getting the very disapproved, like,
No, actually, when you said golden, I thought of, now I'm back into our 1990, maybe even 1980s references, and I just thought of Stay Golden, Pony Boy. I don't know.
that one's a little...
Is that over your head?
That's
Are
a
you
little-
that young? Oh my gosh! I
Listen,
need someone to understand that reference, please.
Somebody in the
Serious, do you
chat,
understand?
please help her out because I'm an 86
Name the movie that's
baby
from, please.
and-
Someone in the chat has got to know what I'm referencing.
Wait, say it again.
Stay Golden, Pony Boy. Come on.
No. All right.
All right, we're getting started again. Battlescar from Rock is battling Candace Mansfield from South Bend. Candace Mansfield being forced to recycle. Battlescar needing to get past Beefstock, who does a great hit, but Battlescar is able to stay in to establish themselves as the lead jammer. Candace Mansfield getting out about half a lap behind. Thank you, Sarah. You knew it. It was the Outsiders. I appreciate it. That jam is called. Candace was hoping she got a stolen point there.
And did not.
Ah.
So the official review, South Bend was wanting a forearm to be issued on the rock jammer and then would not have established lead jammer, but that did not happen. So that was our long discussion talking about the motion, looking for that forearm to be assessed. So South Bend does not obtain their official review.
I have a whole bunch of information for you, but we're going to have to wait until this jam is done.
Okay. And Newcomb is able to slide up the inside for lead jammer. A lot of pushy is out on the outside and trying to make up some ground by speeding around. Newcomb is signaling to her pack to bring it up and break up that pack, hopefully to slide on through and to score some points. Newcomb is scoring some points, is able to call off the jam before a lot of pushy is able to score any points, and Newcomb got 3 points on that jam.
Bringing Rock's score to 145, South Bend 104. The movie that I was referencing is called The Outsiders, and we had a couple people from the chat who came in clutch who knew exactly what that movie was. I highly suggest you watch it at some point. I was like,
is it one that I should watch?
It's a great book as well, so depending upon how you enjoy those things.
Listen, I try to get into reading. I really try. I was not a reader as a kid. Not my strong suit. We have Jam Beasley jamming for Rock and Pulverizing Pixie for South Bend. Jam Beasley is working through the South Bend blockers at the front of the pack and is through for lead jammer. Pulverizing Pixie is 40 feet and closing in on Jam Beasley as they're skating around. Jam Beasley is looking. Pulverizing Pixie is going to the box on a forearm penalty. So it's still on their initial pass while Jam Beasley is in a scoring pass. So, and this is a power jam.
Jam Beasley's going to see if she can capitalize on this power jam with some points. We're going to stop real quickly for an injury timeout. And we are back. Again, much appreciation to the medics for checking our skaters out. We are behind on a few jokes here, so quickly I will just let you know some jokes from the chat. Do you know why you can't hear a pterodactyl use the restroom? No. Yes, Sirius got that one. The P is silent.
All right, but why?
Amazing. I missed this one. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent.
Yeah, I did that one yesterday or earlier today.
And we've got one specific to our skaters here. Candy will catch up. Get it? Catch up. Well, I guess it's spelled ketchup.
Oh, okay. I'm totally blinked. Bettlescar is out for lead jammer, and because this is a power jam.
We are getting close on time. We're running down that clock, and we have a little bit over 5 minutes left in this game. Rock's score 149, South Bend 104. Both teams working so incredibly hard. Oh, amazing.
Pulverizing Pixie is out of the box and out of the pack on their initial pass, where Scar is coming back again on a scoring pass, looking to score some points and call it. So Pixie is unable to score any points. You know, I saw that we have reached 335 subscribers.
We did. You made magic happen.
We have 5 minutes left.
And you got your goal. No,
can I get 2 more, please?
Oh my gosh.
I do. I know that's an odd number. Can I get 3 more so it's an even number?
We'll
500, 338.
We'll have to see. A couple questions about the injury. We're not, we don't get that privileged information, but the skater was able to return to their bench on their own. So we wish them well, and again, grateful to our medics for all their help.
Yeah. Newcomb.
Nice work by Beefstock there, juking Newcomb so that Newcomb is not able. It doesn't look like Who is lead jammer?
Newcomb is lead jammer, and our blue jam ref has retracted it very quickly. And Candace Mansfield and Newcomb are back in the pack scoring.
A little bit of a break to fix a knee pad. As Candace Mansfield's being recycled to the inside. Newcomb getting tangled up with another one of those strong Bermuda Triangles, tripods from South Bend, but able to get around.
Newcomb and Candace are both outscoring 4 points, and Newcomb is going to keep it running. We do have all jammers on the track, so both packs are at full force.
And we have 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game.
I need 3 more followers. 2, 3?
Well, currently we have 100 people watching.
Oh,
I just love the fact that we've got all these people watching this championship game.
Newcomb is through for 4 points. A penalty is being assessed to Smash Bandicoot. And Candace is through for another 4 points. shaking their hand like we might have had some kind of contact with a finger or a thumb. Newcomb is through for another 4 points as Candace is approaching the pack on another scoring pass.
Newcomb did a little jukem there.
Yeah, a little juking. A little jukem Newcomb.
Little jukem from Newcomb.
We are at 3 minutes left in the game. The whole game, not the jam, because there are no 3-minute jams.
I know.
I would not like that.
3 minutes left in this game. We've got a rock pivot headed to the box here. Candace Mansfield being recycled.
Newcomb is slowly coming around a track. I think they just are letting the jam go to time just to kind of help run the clock down. That's a good coaching strategy, depending on what your long game and your end goal is.
Yep. Well, thanks for joining me today and helping as I've been slowly losing my voice throughout the day, and I've just enjoyed spending time with you on this Derby Day. Thanks for crashing our date.
You're welcome. I love being the third wheel.
Oh my gosh, we are totally having guests. Whenever we have a guest on Derby Date Night, we're gonna. Yep. Thanks for joining us.
I'm the third wheel, and you know what? You're here with Seriously, but I'm pretty sure he appreciates that we're doing all the talking to each other, and he can just kind of be here in the hangout. We just need to get Shotgun Mike to hang out too.
A
lot of Pushy has got a track cut.
We have 1 minute and 35 left in the period. We have this pretty much the same amount of time left in the jam. So depending upon how this jam goes, do we have a lead jammer right now?
We do. Beasley is our lead jammer, and she is pushing through on her power jam.
And I'm not sure how long did Pushy get one penalty at this, as a result of that? There was some conversation happening. Multi-pass, providing some offensive help, trying to help jam Beasley out.
A lot of Pushy is out of the box and is going up against the rock blockers.
We are under 1 minute. This could be the last jam of the game and the championship deciding jam. A lot of Pushy coming around, giving a big old wave to the crowd, saying hello. It's been nice to have you here today. Jam Beasley calling the jam, so we are gonna get one more jam. This is where I want to say everybody up on your feet, but a lot of you are at home, so you might not get on your feet for this potential last jam.
Listen, I have stood plenty of times on my feet at home while I'm watching. Did I see
Mel,
that we are?
I got good news for you.
Okay.
We have 337 subscribers. No, we are happy with that. And you know what? On the rewatch, I would love to get above 342 because of my Derby number being 42. So that is my goal on the rewatch, is that we're going to get above 342.
I mean, my Derby number is 440.
Okay, I will let you know whenever we hit 440. Woo!
Very nice job, Pulverizing Pixie, getting lead jammer on our last jam. Scar is trying to work through those South Bend jammers, trying to leap in on the inside line, but unsuccessful. Recycled back in. We have tear him up, the pivot for South Bend going to the box. Pulverizing Pixie in on the inside for 4 points. Battle Scar is still trying to work through on her initial pass. The rock blockers have offered some offense, and Scar is able to get out on her initial pass. Meanwhile, Pixie is coming back up for a second scoring pass.
Period time has ended, so this will be the last jam. We will either go for another minute or Pulverizing Pixie will call it. We will see.
Pulverizing Pixie is through for 4 points. Looking around at her coach, and Bona is giving the signal, the wee-woo, we're going to keep on going. Let's keep it rolling. Battlescar is also out for 4 points as Pixie is in the pack scoring, working for points along with Battlescar. Pulverizing Pixie is able to get out for another 4 points and keeping it rolling. I love seeing South Bend. They are very excited. Oh, there's even some clapping going on by Rock's coach as Pulverizing Pixie is coming around.
I think everybody is cheering for everyone. Everybody's cheering for great Derby. Pixie on 1 foot coming through. Battlescar doing their best. Everybody is just doing amazing things out there. We're just getting to watch Derby in action and seeing beautiful beautiful athleticism and the end
And
of this
celebrating
tournament.
that.
Whoa! Pixie coming through for a few more points here.
And the jam is called, going to time, so we went the entire 2 minutes. Pixie picked up another 4 points, a 20-point jam there at the end.
That was amazing. Great job to South Bend, second place in the Tournament of Champions, and big congratulations to Rock, Central Kentucky. You are the winners of Smalltown Smackdown Tournament of Champion. You are cream of the crop, and we are so excited to have been able to be here for this weekend, to have had all of you in the chat. I'm going to miss you because I don't get to hang out with you tomorrow, and so I hope we see you again next time Derby Date Night has a chance to get on the road and have another date. Thank you, Mel, for joining and being our third wheel.
You're welcome. I'm going to do your please like and subscribe to us on social media platforms if you have not already. We did get 337. I was hoping to see an 8 there at the end. I don't know, maybe seriously could refresh the page real quick just to see, just in case we got that one more. No, we're at 337, but you know what? We kept raising the bar.
And thank you again to all of our volunteers who helped Derby Date Night happen, whether it was helping feed us, helping with the cameras, checking in on us. That was so appreciated. It takes a village to make all of this happen. And a big thank you again to all of our NSOs, our ref crew, all of the volunteers for Smalltown Smackdown. We can't wait to do this again next year, and we hope to see you at a roller derby event near you or near me or near somebody soon.
That would be great. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.